Well, I am live, and it is the very first Wednesday, the first Wednesday that I am recording in January of 2021. And I would have posted that I was going to be here, but I wasn't sure if I was going to actually make it or not. Today is a very interesting day in the United States, to say the least. And I thought, no, you know what? This is a day that we could really use some positivity, some very serious positivity and love. Hi guys, I see you're starting to show up. I'm so glad that you're here. Once again, I am not meow. I am not. Hello, Team Donnie. Yes, positivity. Oh, okay. I love it. Zachary has a funny question, and I think that might be something that we should do today. Is maybe ask, hi Mike, hi John, is maybe let's interact a little bit. Maybe I'll answer some of your questions. Good evening, V. I want to stay in the positivity realm. So that'll be kind of like our little, hi Joe, our little guideline for right now. It's like, let's try to stay in a place where we're looking at possibility. And yes, it's the first Wake Up Wednesday. And of what we can do individually to bring something great to the table, to the world, to our lives, to the people that we love. Cowabunga, Zach. Okay, so really quick before I start answering questions, and I'm probably not going to stay on too long today because I just feel like today should probably be a short one. Hey, Terry. Hey, Joseph. Yes, WWE Motors has been hell. Faith over fear. I love it. Hey, Wolfgang. So, the only thing that I love you, Joseph. I love you, Josh. I love you, Adub. Okay, so let me just get a couple things out, and then I'm gonna, I don't know, we'll chat a little bit. Okay, so I know that I can't control you. I can't control my dog. I can't control my partner. I can't control my kids. I don't want to. It's not my job. My job is to do me, and to do me the very best way that I can. To do me with the most integrity and character and love and understanding and compassion. Of course, everybody needs to have boundaries in their lives, so you've got to know where your threshold is for capacity. And then when you've hit capacity, then you decide, what are you going to do next? One of the things that I think is the greatest value that I can bring to the world is to bring a whole, complete me to it, like a really authentic, connected to my source, my center. When I do that, when I'm really connected here in my life, then what I bring to the table has more resonance. And I heard it a while back. It wasn't being self-centered. It was being centered in self and centered in I do something every day. When I first wake up, I've started this habit of going into my heart. I breathe into my heart. I'm grateful for the day. I am not a very religious person, but I am a deeply spiritual person. I don't follow any one path. I sort of take from all of the traditions the things that I find resonate with me. I very much walk an individual's path, and I really have had a focus, especially in 2020, on gratitude and on looking for the silver linings and on taking this landscape of the world that, by all appearances, is careening off the rails and is breaking apart. And I would like to bring as much of my wholeness to the disintegration of life as we've known it. I mean, life has truly changed for all of us. And I know that when I bring my wholeness, my well-being to the table, then I'm better equipped to deal with what comes my way, whether it's losses or betrayals or abandonment or disappointments or endings. When I meet those things centered in my heart and in myself, I have a better chance of getting through whatever challenges my life or this world or the day brings me. I have a better chance of getting through it with some equanimity and with some wisdom and with some integrity and with resources of, what's the word that I'm looking for? I can't quite tell. I want to be of service. I want to be part of the solution and not part of the problem, basically. And I know that in the online world and in the virtual world that we've been living in, people are very upset. People are really torn apart. There's been so many endings and losses for so many people that sometimes it just feels like going out into the virtual world and like, is a remedy. And I suppose for some people, they feel better at the end of that. But you take people down in the process and you create, there's a saying, that which you resist persists. And I think said in another way is one of the greatest things that I have found that I can do is allow. It doesn't mean I like, it doesn't mean I let people take advantage of me or that I don't stand up for things that are not right in the world. But I allow the reality of what's going on. It's in the United States today, we're having a very big day, a very hard, painful day. And I have to allow it in that my upset about it and my ferocity is not going to change what is going on. It is what it is. Now I get to interpret that through the lens of my being. I get to interpret that as the end of the world, or maybe the beginning of a new world, or new possibilities, or new potentials. And I will go down, let the record reflect, I will go down looking for what works in any situation. I don't care what it is. I will always be looking for that one thing that I can find that shows me that something better could be born. There's a person who I really admire. Her name is Barbara Marx Hubbard. And she wrote a book called Conscious Evolution. And she says in her book how crisis is the birth of something better. Now, we've always heard that crisis and opportunity, it's a symbol that means the same thing. And that within all crisis, there is opportunity. And so it's potentially that the world is breaking apart so that something better could be born. Now, I could just as easily say the world is coming apart so that it comes apart and we all die. I can go with either of those. One of them gives me some juice. So maybe I can put something positive out in the world. The other one makes me want to crawl in the corner with a bottle of vodka and stay there and a pound of chocolate. And that's not going to do anybody any good. And maybe like fire off some mean shit into the cyber world. Not going to do that. Anybody who can rise in these moments and imagine something bigger and better in the world, I'd say that's doing something. I say that that is making a positive impact. We are connected to each other. We are all occupying the same planet. And we are made of all the same things. We all have blood. It's different blood types, but we all have blood, and we all have hearts, and we all have bones and tendons and ligaments and capillaries and brains and spleens and kidneys, and we across for every part of the world. We're human beings. I'm going to put it a different way. I believe that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And it is an experience of tremendous contrast. And it's our job individually to create a life that's worth living. And so, because I can't in any way control what is happening in the world around me, I can't stop a virus from multiplying. I can't stop people's beliefs and what they choose to do in the world. I can't stop people's addictions. I can't stop the abuse. I can't do any of that because I can't. I mean, my God. But what I can do is connect with you in a space of neutrality and love and just be together. Just hang. Just know that there's somebody over here who, in spite of the flames all around, so I might be that person on the Titanic who, when the ship is going down, I probably would have been part of that string quartet who would have kept playing when it looked like there was no ship to get in. All those boats were full, and if you're left on the deck, what are you going to do? Freak out or play your music? There's a wonderful quote that Wayne Dyer said many years ago. He is passed, but he was on his way off to like the Merchant Marines. This had to have been in the 40s, I would imagine. And his uncle said, Wayne, don't die with your music still in you. And I think that is really important right now. I think that, whoops, I got something up there. I think that it is a time for everybody to dig for their music, for their contribution, for their best selves at a time when we're seeing some real bad actors, when we're seeing some really we're seeing things come to light that we haven't seen before. And I contend that there's so much light on planet Earth right now that nothing can hide. There's no more hiding in a dark corner. There is so much light here. There is so much love here. There is so much beauty here that all of these things we're seeing maybe sometimes for the first time. And maybe that's a really good thing. Maybe it's a really good thing. When you shine a light on things, they are less scary. They are less intimidating. They are less fearsome. Things tend to shrink in the light. And so, I will, as I've said before, I make a stand for love and I make a stand for light. And you don't have to agree with it, and that's really okay. One of the things that I have worked very hard on in me is being okay with where anybody else stands, because I'm not living your life. I don't know what your experience is. I don't know the struggles and the pain and the suffering that you've experienced. I can't know, I won't know. And I won't damn you for it. I will hope the best and wish the best and do whatever I can to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. And yes, as Joseph says, to love one another. May the force be with us all. Yes. I sort of feel like doesn't life feel like a Star Wars movie? Doesn't life feel like we're living inside of some epic sort of mythological moment? I mean, this is really like a moment in time that I believe we've all shown up collectively to move life forward. Who knows how that's going to go? But if everybody individually tries to bring their best, then I think we've got a pretty good, yes, I can. Hello to D'Angelo. I think we've got a good shot at least, if it's going to be bumpy and if everything's going to keep collapsing, well, let's hold the door for people. Let's be kind in public. Let's not take the meanness or the upset and outrage that is in the virtual world and bring it into the real world here. It's hard to say what's real anymore. And let's bring compassion and kindness and civility to the world. You gotta have people standing for that. You gotta have people who are living for that. So anyway, what I want to do really quick is just talk about a little bit of what I've been doing in the new year. I do something called Life Book, and I do it through Mind Valley. It's a couple named John and Missy Butcher, and they have a program called Life Book, and it's basically 12 aspects of your life. I'm not going to go into it right now, but there are 12 parts. And so the first part that I always start with every year is health and fitness, because your first wealth is in your health. And I will tell you, last year I lost 15 pounds, and it seems that somehow 10 of it has snuck back on between Christmas and Thanksgiving. I know that it is, or Thanksgiving and Christmas. I know it's temporary, but oh my goodness, I was just eating butter and chocolate and wine and bread and anything I wanted, and we're done, because I know my first wealth is in my health. So I'm back to taking care of myself, and I'm going to be talking about it a little bit more this month. I know that that's a really important thing. The thing that I found, I just got myself a spin bike, because you can't go to a gym anymore. You can where I am, but it's, it's crazy. So anyway, I work out at home, and getting on that bike and getting my heart going, oh my God, it feels so good. It feels so good. And I didn't realize how much I missed it and how much I need it. And so I recommend everybody, like, really do the best you can right now to take care of yourself, particularly since we're seeing these spikes happening all over the place. More and more people, I think it's being shown that it is highly survivable, but you've got to be in good shape. You got to be healthy. to be able to glide through. And we all know people who aren't and haven't. And I think everybody's lost somebody, and it's terrible. And so your first wealth is in your health. And so to take care of yourself, and I will be taking great care of myself. And part of that is, putting down sugar. Oh, it's so hard. I love sugar. But anyway, before I head out, what are some of the things that you guys are going to be focused on and working on this year? Are there goals that you have? Are there things that you want to do? I love it. Joseph says, put your best foot first. You know, that's big, really, because some days it's not easy to do that. Sugar is possibly the most addicting thing. I know. I actually have a sign up in my kitchen saying sugar and heroin light up in the same place is in your brain, and sugar is just as addictive as heroin. And so if I have that up in my kitchen, it's generally, Andrew wants to hopefully write a book. Oh, Andrew. Yes. Yes. Oh, Game Bro, eat healthier and exercise. Yeah, let's exercise. Joseph wants to do more yoga. Tim, oh, thank you. Yes, I'm glad I was an actress too. Vision Op 8 is building a recording studio. That is exciting. Yes, get your driver's license. I love it. WE Motors. Mike is going to be moving from their apartment, and the thing disappeared before I read the end of it. Everything white and powdery is addictive. It's true. Pokey AK says eat more kale. I just bought more kale. I know, it's crazy. Would I drive a Zamboni? Of course I'd drive a Zamboni. That'd be fun. Hello, Cicely. Darius. Oh, on the go. Oh, Darius, sorry. Thank you for being you. I think that I have one of the coolest communities. I think you guys are absolutely amazing. I love you so much. I really do. I've just started dipping my toe into the TikTok world. I'm insane. But, you know, I feel like you got to be creative, and I do love connecting with people. Josh wants to know how many workouts I do. I'm literally trying to do, this is my goal, 10 minutes a day. Bam. I tend to do more than that, but the minimum is 10 minutes a day, and I'm starting with like 15-second planks, 30-second planks, a minute, you know, just a little tiny bit at a time. Oh, somebody has a baby on the way. I just saw that. Excuse me. I just saw that. Congratulations. I love babies. Oh my goodness. I don't want any of my children to have babies yet because they're still young themselves, but I look forward to being a grandmother. My favorite workout exercise, I would say, is spinning. I really love to spin. Would I do a Zamboni driver roll or a truck driver roll? Either one. Okay, so I would love to hear from you guys. What are some of the things you're working on? I want to see if I can pull themes of some of the things that people want some support on. Yes, the new year has been quite good to me so far. It really has been. I had some, I'll tell you guys, why not? I got engaged on Christmas morning, and I am very excited. And I have a wonderful man in my life, and I love him very much. And so that's happening this year. We were kind of, yeah, thank you. Yeah, Christmas morning, it was pretty exciting. And he's a wonderful man, and I could not be happier. And this is number 2 for both of us. So, you know, I think it's 2 and done. I think we found it. I know we found it. But it made this holiday incredibly sweet, especially since our children could not come. We each have 2 kids, and now 4. And, you know, not being able to be with our children, I'm so glad Wise Guy 26, he finds these inspiring. That's my hope, that people will be inspired. And that somehow I can give to you. I feel incredibly blessed in my life. I have really been blessed. And it has not been easy. I have not this is not all rainbows and sunshine, trust me. But oh, working on massage school. I love it, John. All right, to just finish the thought that I had before, because our kids were not here. It was just the two of us really for the holidays, and it was just so special and sweet. Hi, Zachary. Anyway, this is going on. I always say I'm going to be short, and I just talk a blue streak. I'm a bit like a chipmunk that way. Anyway, I love you guys. Share with me some of the things that you want to be working on this year, and let's see if we can't drill down on some of this and work it out together and support each other. That's one of the things I love about this group of people. There is so much love here. You take care, Mike. Love you too. There's so much love and support here, and I think that finding that online, yes, a published writer. We got a lot of writers here. I am thrilled about that. There are so many creative people who follow me, and the creative path can be very lonely sometimes because, especially if you're a writer. And I'm doing a writing project right now, and I can tell you, sitting down every day and trying to do it is very challenging. I'll help you. Thank you, Vision Up 8. It is challenging to, I love it. Dutch Lucky Luke published his first illustrated book last month and is working his own comic book, and I love that. And he's calling himself a late bloomer, and I love that. At no point except should you accept that you are too old or too young or too thin or too fat or too able-bodied or not bodied enough or whatever. Don't accept anybody's limitations of who you could be. Don't do it. Don't do it. It is the killer of creativity. Just fly your fabulous freak flag and be you. Oh my gosh, that's like really what the world needs. Just you being you. And as much good mojo that you can put into that, the better. Yes, it is never too late. Tizzy Stith says to follow your dreams. And that is the truth. I plan to reinvent over and over and over and over again. And I invite you all to do it with me. I would love to see the things that you do as we go into 2021. Let's make it a great year, no matter what's happening on the outside. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. There's a wonderful line from the band U2. I think the song is October. Not quite sure. But the line is, I can't change the world, but I can change the world inside of myself. And I think that when we change the world inside of ourselves, then we ultimately end up changing the world, because you have to start there. That's all you can do. I love you guys so much. I'm going to hit the highway. I will see you next week. I love that you're here. I love when I get to spend time with you, and I am wishing you all the best, and all my love. And we will talk next week.